Saturday night, stepping through the glass into a new life. 'Cause it's me and the slasher flame. Yeah, it's me and the slasher flame. Yeah, it's me and the slasher flame. And I'm gonna be the final girl. Gonna be the final girl. Gonna be the final girl. Gonna be the final First comes horror, then comes blood, then comes fear, then comes pain, then comes fun. I think you know this ain't a game. It ain't a movie. It's the real thing. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the horror show. Fingernails on the keyboard.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Corpse Talk. We haven't been here since Dark Space was on, and this is episode 2 of season 2. We are changing the rules up a little bit in season 2. If you're not familiar, the way this show goes is we do an interview in the first part. And then now, in the last 15-20 minutes, we play the adventure that we designed together during Headless Nights. That's right, we're going back into the Tainted Ditch to see how many times we can kill our Headless Knight. If you remember the last episode, we did leave our Headless Knight in a shitty situation, currently fighting over the body with a spectral creature, and they have 4 rounds to get it back. Thanks, Thane. You left Jay in a shitty situation tonight. Other than that, everybody, we will be doing a drawing for every time we kill the Headless Knight tonight. We will do a drawing from the treasury at the end of the show. Stay tuned, grab a drink, because it's time for motherfucking Corpse Talk.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the horror show. Fingernails on the keyboard. Leave your heart at the door. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the final show. Fingernails on the keyboard. Leave your heart at the door. A boiling anger in my voice. When I speak of the day my army will rise. Creeps, ghouls, liches and fiends, crawling out from the digital crypt we built. I don't have a problem with you, but if you can't handle dark humor, then get the fuck out of my chat. This is the part where you leave. This is the part where I scream. This is the part where you leave. This is the part where I scream. This is the part where you leave. This is the part where I scream. This is the part where you leave. This is the part where I They throw dice like bones in a grave. Left through blood, we're not here to behave. Streaming live from the pit below, where every troll gets a front row show. Creep by creep, we conquer fate. We don't ask for space, we take what bleeds. This is the part where you leave. This is the part where I scream. This is the part where you leave. This is the part where I join the horde or get consumed. Corpse talk's not a safe room!
We all know what time it is. I'm here with a broken Orcus ring. I just thought I would put him on screen. He doesn't look good after Gen Con. So we got an interview tonight. We haven't been here in a little while. It's been a bit. Last people we had on were from Dark Space, like I said in the intro, and they played pretty well up until they didn't. And we'll get into that in the second half of the show. We've changed up how Corpse Talk works as a whole. So we're going to do our interview in the first part now, and then we're going to do our adventure in the second part. For those of you that are adventure fans, and you were here for building Tainted Ditch, which, don't you worry, I got the printed physical copy here with all the stuff on it that we need. We're going to be doing this, and we'll do some treasury stuff at the end. But enough of that. You guys have been here, you've heard the music, you know how the show works. We ask fun questions We ask critical hit questions. If they answer them, they get a critical hit in game later in the show. If they decide not to answer them, our monsters get one, which is honestly really what we all fucking want. If you haven't realized this, the show is rated fucking R. If you've not been to this channel before, EFP has been rated R since day one. Don't cry to me that your kid can't sleep. Don't whine to me that I say something about your favorite game. Put on your big boy pants, your big girl pants, your clown shoes. I don't care what you need, but just make sure you're prepared, because adult things happen in adult spaces. Except for Wisconsin bars. Apparently we let kids in. But anyway, I want to introduce someone that I have known for a long time. I love when I get to introduce friends for the show. It's not often that I introduce friends. This is the gentleman who never quits. He has literally traveled the world, and I mean everywhere. Then he comes all the way back to Wisconsin to finish his life out here right now as a creator. He has designed so many full settings. He is one of my first friends that I've ever met that published an entire book that was fatter than the Pathfinder First Edition. That's right, he has done Rune, he has part of Mists of Akuma, he has done Alessia, and right now we're here for the final ritual that is Bloodlines and BLACKMAGIC. And I myself was a part of this back when we were hacking PF1. And it's been a long time, and every soul-filled tooth that we had, we're here today to talk about the latest version of Bloodlines and BLACKMAGIC. I can't be more proud of my friend. He is a writer, a creator, a sign maker, or at least he used to be, and someone who's always seeking to learn and to get the next skill. I'd like to introduce today SONIA, a longtime friend of mine and a VFP.
Hey, thanks a lot, Eric.
Hi, buddy. How you doing?
I'm ready for the crazy dungeon craziness, and I can't say I'm doing horrible.
There might be deaths in this show. It does happen, but not the person. Just the lovely monster you get to play today.
That would be one metal
oh yeah, just someone walks in on screen and chokes you out.
What happened? What happened? He's out.
He died on screen. Don't worry. It was a signed protocol. It's like a haunted house. Don't worry. Everything's fine. So we've known each other for over 15 years. It's been a long time.
Yes, sir.
And you truly were the first person that I met that had published a book in the, back then we called it the third party space. Now it's the indie scene. Now people are just publishers because we're done being butthurt about everything that we get called. But my God, dude, you published Rune when you were across seas, still working, came back home and put out what was the first time I'd ever heard the term stormpunk.
Yeah.
I hunted through a bunch of forums. I've hunted through old things that's on, and people have been begging your ass to bring it back. Where the fuck is Rune, my guy?
So funny story. I was working with another creator earlier in the year. It was late 2024 when I had married up with another creator who had pretty much that same exact question for me, and we were working through some of the conversion material. But unfortunately, 2024 and 2025 have both been very interesting and difficult years.
Yeah.
So they had some life events that happened and they had to step off the project. I was so focused on getting Bloodlines finished because we went round after round after round after round with that. So I just haven't had time to sit down and do it. But it's one of those settings that, because it's my very first setting, and it's kind of the first world I ever really built from the ground up. Yeah, I really want to get back to Rune. So,
did you build Rune out of a love of something specific in that setting? Like, did you travel somewhere and go, I have to make this a setting. Why doesn't it fucking exist?
So yes and no. That actually, Rune was born out of me working specifically with the runes, the Elder Futhark, as a tool. Like, at the time I was living in Kuwait, and Rune was born out of my transition from Hurricane Katrina and recovering from that to moving over to Kuwait and trying to understand my heritage in a very, very alien place. And so, like, it was a wonderful experience. As you know, I spent 7 years in the Middle East.
Yep.
It shaped a lot of how I approach everything from, diversity to history to just everything about creativity in general. So it was very, very transformative. But for me, that was personal work. That was very much me looking at the Elder Futhark, me looking at my history as a human being, and a lot of the places I'd been as well, and just saying, hey, how do I take all of these things that I'm passionate about in this very specific fantasy space and create a book. And so whenever I needed downtime, whenever I was like looking to step outside of the normal kind of routine that most expats had in Kuwait, I was in the Red Room writing Rune. And of course, on Thursdays and Fridays, when the group got together, we would all just play through the material. So I had an active campaign that I ran with like one of the most diverse groups of people I've ever had the joy of running for. So it was just.
Do you mean joy? Do you actually mean joy? Because we're going to talk about joyful players later on. Do you really mean joy?
You look back, and nostalgia can be a powerful drug.
Yeah.
But there were absolutely moments where I was like, I might have choked a bitch. So,
yeah. It's one of the only legal drugs.
Yeah.
Did you? So you build this thing out. And this is the first time, my understanding is, you'd ever thought about publishing fucking anything, from my memory.
Right, yeah. Shooting from the fucking hip, buddy.
You built, when you're like, hey, you have to see this, you built an art library of custom art that, like, I think Paizo might have been envious of how much art you had put together for that shit.
They've got some great art.
I didn't say they didn't have great artists, but third-party publishers at that time were not doing that. Fuck, they barely do it now.
That's true.
Do you know, and I wrote it down, how many pieces of rune art you have in that folder without looking?
I don't.
Come on, you gotta have a guess.
80, 90 pieces?
Over. You're triple digits, man.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean...
When I looked last when I had access, it was 113 pieces of art. Now, that could have been screenshots and stuff as well that are in there, but I also just worked on another project, and there are 6 pieces of art for a 60-page book.
Yeah, I'm an art nerd, so as a creative visual person, the way things look is really, really important to me. And that's been a case, that's a hyper-focused thing for me that's been a part of my existence since as long as I can remember. It's certainly suited me in certain industries, such as when I was working in signage.
Sure.
It's not always perfect because sometimes the client wants something entirely different.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, that need to kind of really imprint what I feel is important or what I feel is essential when I'm working in the space and I have full control over that space, then the art, the trade dress, the branding, everything needs to be as consistent. And I think that's one of the reasons Bloodlines honestly took as long as it did to get finished, because there were so many times I looked at the book and people were like, this is great. And I'm like, nope, fuck it, it's not right. And people are like, it's never going to be perfect. And they're right. It would not ever be perfect. To this day, it's probably never going to be perfect. But as an art nerd and as a person who really, really drives home around like the importance of the visual, the visual drivers for me, it's
something that I think is important. That, man, you build art to build art for yourself, and then you hope your audience loves it. That's usually what happens. But you mentioned earlier before the show, and you did not know I had this question primed. So I love that. I love when I get set up by someone like pre-show. It's really good. So you traveled a lot. I know you used to live in New Orleans for a while.
Yes.
And you're coming back to Bloodlines. You've done some projects in between, but that's always been cooking since what, 2016, 2017?
2015?
15? Yes. 17 is when I knew about
it. Yeah.
You're coming back to form. You went through hell and high water on Kickstarters. We went through all the stuff that we went through with tariffs and all that crap. No one needs to get into that. We know it sucks as publishers.
Yeah.
But you lived in in New Orleans and you visited a bar called Buddha Bar.
Yes.
And that gentleman also came back to fruition, but he decided that he needed to make the soundtrack for Disney for Tron Ares, the shittiest movie of all fucking time.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Trent Reznor's a G. He came back and put on a hell of a tour right now. Are we going to get a hell of a tour from Bloodlines of Black Magic? Are we doing anything fun for it?
I hope so. It's funny that you mentioned Trent Reznor too, because not only did I get a chance to meet him way back in the day, and that was like a life goal that I was able to be like, yep, I get to meet him. He's super nice person, by the way, at least when I met him. I imagine he's still a super nice person.
Probably more than he used to be.
Yeah. But that was such a big influence. So like the idea that episodes and records and seasons and the way Nine Inch Nails approached projects, like I think about Ghosts or like the way album concepts are approached, and then I look at like TV and film media and other things, and that's really kind of the space. And when I look at Bloodlines, I don't want this big open-ended kind of thing. For me, it's the reason we use episodes instead of adventures is because we want people to sit down, and it should feel cinematic, and it should feel centered around the characters, the individuals, and I really want that. And that's sometimes hard to do in the D20 space because there's this incentive for people to min-max or to build to the mechanics, and you need those things for balance, and you need those things so people can build conceptually. But I really want people to approach things like a tour. And in that instance, one of the things that we do have that we're planning on is making sure that we have a lot more smaller episodes, because when we leaned into this originally back in the PF1 space, we were very much working in the idea of like, let's build APs, let's build these full seasons. And that, I love that speaks to me as an individual, but as a publisher and as a professional and trying to get material out to gamers who want to play in that material, you have to scale back, right? You have to scale way back. So that's been a huge lesson for me, both as a publisher and as a creator. And it really leans into what we're looking to do in the future. So people are going to get smaller PDFs. We're going to get those episodes. And yes, you should see a small tour.
I mean, I feel like, well, with the tour thing, but also just the idea of smaller things. If Rob Schwab has taught us a goddamn thing, it's put something out every week, even if it kills you, or you want to kill yourself over it. I mean, we talked about that when I interviewed him, and there's just something about keeping the attention of somebody through 8 to 15 page articles in pieces versus always putting out an adventure path, which I feel we should have learned earlier that we shouldn't have been emulating AAA publishers and like trying to do what they do with teams of 20, 30, 40, 50. We should have been doing
teams
things
of 5.
Or teams of 5. Yeah, we should have been learning from the old days of like how bands start up, how records were made, how artists would print their own shit, screen print in the basement of your parents' house, make your parents mad because you're using UV spray. Or recently, I actually did that here. I UV sprayed a bunch of shit, and Jen's like, "What the fuck are you doing? The house smells." But you do what you got to do because you have to do it yourself. Yeah. So Bloodlines comes around. What edition are we on right now? Like, what is this technically called at this point?
Officially?
Like, is this like Bloodlines of Black Magic Conjuring series? Are we getting like 6 of these bitches? Like, what's going on?
You know, I used to get upset about that, and then every time I think about what edition are we on, I remind myself that Call of Cthulhu is on its 7th edition. So I'm not going to fucking beat myself up about editions.
Yeah.
But really what we're on is the refined, finished 5e variant.
Refined version, okay.
Yeah, like the revised color edition is what we're calling it. And it comes down to we finished the 5e version, but we really couldn't go to print for the premium version because of the cost, the paper, the ink. Yeah, I mean, like just doing premium books with it would have still been so expensive. So we were like, we're going to revise the entire thing. We're going to give everybody the same thing. Obviously, the premium backers will get the nicer version.
Sure.
But we had to I didn't want to give one book to one group and one book to the other. It doesn't make any sense. And that it doesn't speak to the trade dress, the continuity, the visual look I wanted. So, So the long-winded answer to that question is probably 1.5, 1.75 of Bloodlines, I guess.
I have it on screen right now, and you redid the cover so many times. I remember it being like full color, then it wasn't, then it was, then it wasn't. The covers are more bipolar than any woman I've ever dated. So,
hey,
but the newest version that came out is this rendition with like a blue hue on it. You settled on kind of a tonality. And the thing I want to hit on the art before we go into the real next question here is you found a way to fucking mix black and white art and physical art in a way that, and I said this when I reviewed it, it feels like you're piercing the veil. There's something
absolutely what we were going for. So if that's the driver, like if that's what you took from it, then yeah, you're good to go, because that's really what we were aiming for. Yeah.
So how did that come? Like, is it one of those things as a designer where you're like, fuck, we have color, fuck, we have black and white, fuck, our budget is tight. How do we use all this?
I mean, the fun thing is also you get to color with the black and white. Like, I'm not even a fucking kid. Like, I've literally taken the black and white in my personal copy, and I've got some really nice coloring pencils and ink pens. So I've went through and colored a bunch of the black and white with colored pencils, and have now turned the role-playing game into a coloring book as well, which is funny because, like, I'll go visit with my elderly mother, and coloring is the thing that she absolutely loves to do.
So you do work by coloring with her? That's
so
amazing.
I will literally bring Bloodlines in, and I'm coloring in my Bloodlines book while she's coloring in her little coloring books, and it's a vibe for me. It's a way to make things that would be otherwise unpleasant, just a little more meaningful. At least for me.
We didn't talk about this before the show at all, but so a guy at my work did the same thing during COVID. They were having a kid, and he just started drawing English bulldogs to make a coloring book for people. And it didn't start as a coloring book. It just started as, I want to make something. I'm fucking stuck at home on paternity leave. Are we going to get a Bloodlines coloring book?
We might, actually. There's been so many people that have asked me, and I have so much black and white art, I absolutely could do a Bloodlines coloring book. I don't know. There's
a Bloodlines coloring book, and then the back of it needs to have, like, greeting cards or something that you can, like, tear out and send to somebody. And it has
Merry Christmas! I hope you pierce the veil. And,
it has to have cutout letters like a fucking serial killer.
That could actually...
Where you color the cutout letters in?
Yeah, that would be actually kind of dope.
Oh my god, please.
I'm into it. Yeah.
Please.
Maybe that happens.
So,
maybe that happens.
with the fun stuff out of the way, we haven't done a crit question yet. I got a few of them. I like to write a few to make sure that I got one that it kind of fits theme. But today I had one that is just because I have went to a lot of conventions. Right. I know you have run the convention circuit.
It's been a while, but yeah.
But for years, and now more, I'm doing it again. While you have ran conventions, what was the worst fucking game you ever played at? And did you leave the goddamn table like an adult?
Dragon's Demand, Gary Con 2016 was the worst game. It was a 3-session Pathfinder scenario, and Dragon's Demand is an absolute stellar adventure. So this is no reflection on that adventure or even
just the GM
the setting for it. No, the GM wasn't even bad. There was a player, I will only call the crocheting lady, the fucking crocheting lady that made this experience the most horrible. And I pride myself on being as understanding as possible, but the lack of presence and awareness with this individual, and this is back when I was still drinking, so I was like, oh, it'll be better if I have a couple more rums, and let me tell you, it was not better. I had to get up and leave from that table several times. For the sake of the group, because I was playing the healer, tried my best to finish it, but I'm pretty sure on the third session we sat down, I got about halfway through and I was like, nope, fuck this, I'm done, I'm sorry y'all, here's my character, y'all can play it, y'all can kill it, I don't care anymore, I can't fucking do this
Nope.
at all. It
Nope.
was just the worst. It was bad.
I don't know if we've talked about that. I have literally left the same table for the same person at GaryCon.
I think I don't really go to GaryCon that much anymore either. But like, it's just,
I remember vividly playing Hackmaster. And
Okay.
they were at the table, and it was a nightmare. I was like, can you crochet me away the fuck out of here? I just couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah,
You'd repeat yourself like 5 times. Well, you, sir, answered one of the crit questions, so I have marked down that when we play our game later, you get a crit. I
did that for the crit, y'all.
You
did it for the
one.
crit.
Yeah, he wants to get through everybody. He wants to get
I
through.
want to save this fucking headless knight.
We got to kill him. That doesn't happen. So, with that, we move into Bloodlines' latest era. We're going to be seeing a lot of new things coming out. You're publishing
More
a bunch
color.
of color. We're going to be publishing a bunch of adventures and things that come out. And we talked recently, and your Patreon just hit its 500 post.
500 posts, yeah. I think we're at like 502 or 503 now. Yeah.
So your latest one here says, "Catching my breath." Did you are you tired, Jay? Are you feeling a little worn out, my guy? What's
Bro, I've been working 60-hour weeks between my day job and SBS for since 2019, and I have not been on an actual proper vacation since 2016. So yeah, Jay has been, he's like that little rock that's skipping across the pond as it loses momentum. And there's absolutely been a couple of days where I'm like, y'all, I need to take 12 days just in sleep. At my day job before I left recently, I was at the point where I was literally taking PTO just to fucking sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even begin to tell you what that's like. So it's, as somebody who had some pretty fun jobs in the past overseas and who loved being an expat, coming back to the corporate 9 to 5 was a shift that I wasn't really ready for. I'm glad I did it. I'm not necessarily opposed to it, but it's a much different lifestyle than I'm accustomed to. And because of my ambition, because I can't stop creating and doing my stuff, it was just, yes, tired.
Yeah, you're like, fucking, yes. Did you, you travel a lot. We've mentioned that a couple times during this, that traveling's been a big part. I miss traveling as my job that I used to have. I don't miss it right now because planes don't really fly anymore. They fall. And I would prefer not to be on them, especially when we don't have air traffic controllers right now. So I'm going to avoid all flight for a little bit.
I think we all are.
Or I'm just going to learn to fly on my own.
I'm taking a broom. From now on out, brooms only.
Quidditch life.
Fucking
We're
brooms
Quidditching
only.
the fuck out of here. This is muggle flight. We're gonna... But really, though, you traveled a lot, and before we were talking about how it's inspired a lot of the stuff you've done. We're going to be doing an after-hour show. Coming up soon, after-hour show is a reminder to everybody here. After-hour shows are privately recorded, but coming soon, they're going to be for members of YouTube, so you can come watch them as members while we're shooting the shit afterwards, and you can do a behind-the-scene with us. So for those who are not members yet, you know how to do this goddamn thing. You can fucking subscribe and do it. But what I was going to say is we have a new section here. And I'm going to ask this now while we go into our next question to line people up to be able to do this. Everybody, we've seen Jay before on some of my shows. We've played games together. You've heard me talk about him. I reviewed his books. There is a thing up top where you can do a pledge to basically super chat a question. I will take the best super chat question and ask him that question towards the end of the show. Or maybe in after hours, if there's enough of them, I might use some of those during after hours. So for those who have questions that they want answered, notice I haven't been answering our live chat. If you're watching this recorded later, I don't know, fucking show up. There's live shows. But for you guys, put a super chat in if you have any questions and I'll pick the best one. But I'm going to go into my question for Jay here. Jay, you have a social media profile that is like trying to read through a black and white noir film mixed with a girl taking pictures of crock-pot food. You have 100% Black and white, everything that needs to be black and white to signify what it is. But your crock pottery, my friend, has gotten fucking fire over the last couple years. I think COVID really kind of pushed the envelope for you to save money or fucking boredom. Some people bake bread. You crock pot.
I thought of that.
When you crock pot, have you learned anything from crock potting that you would pass on to a game designer?
Oh man, plan for the end and understand that not everybody is going to like what you put in the mix. If you can talk to the crew ahead of time and find out what their flavor profiles are, what their, dietary restriction are, what the preferences are, if you could sit down and have that conversation with your gamers, that's gonna go a super long way in helping you really kind of guide the project with whatever the game. But yeah, plan for the end. And even with all that, if they don't like what you cook, tell them to go to fucking Quick Trip.
Always. You can always go get a hot dog at Quick Trip.
Yeah,
it doubles as a dildo. They're never cooked right.
I make a lot. I do a lot. We do a lot of chilies, and like that's a hang up from a book that I'm really trying to get finished. We'll talk about
the cooking book.
Yeah.
But that guy got married. He's been a little busy.
No, I hate talking about other people. That's not a space I ever want to be in. So,
I'm not being negative. I'll say a friend of ours got married. But there's a cookbook that they're doing, which I'm excited. Cookbook and adventures, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Get it out. It's super late. It's been frustrating, but
we all lived through COVID. We all got a way out. So someone just said, even have a Quick Trip. Rude. If you even have one. Look, we have Quick Trips around here. I'm sorry, serving hands, but we do. So crockpotting is like game design. I have a metaphor for this, like legitimately. You are using a bunch of ingredients that don't look like they go together. You try to line them up and make something special out of them. You put it in a pot for 4 to 8 hours in life, 2 to fucking 8 years, depending, and you pray to God at the end, whatever it is people like. Dude, I was looking through that Instagram and I saw those two things side by side. I was like, holy fuck, game design is crockpotting.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Like, it's funny because I've had people look at my social media professionally and they're like, are you trying to crockpot or are you trying to sell books that you wrote? And I'm like, I am trying to sell all of it, I think. I don't know. And they're like, are you not social media savvy? And I'm like, I'm Gen X, so probably not 100% there. Dude, you know what? I own it. Like, I'm fine with that. I do what I can. If people want to beat me up for it, fair enough. You don't like the crock pot? Get fucked.
Fucking great, dude. I saw that and I was like, oh my God, he's crockpotting like a motherfucker. And we've talked about it. I love to cook as well. My audience knows that. So like, but crockpotting is like I think it's an art form that's going to come back because of certain things. And being able to use everything. I'm a big Instapot fan. The lady's a big Instapot fan. So anyway, I had to be like, this has to be a through line. There has to be something that I'm fucking missing here.
Yeah, it came down that I've always liked cooking, and like a lot of people, I got into that IG. Hey, look, guys, I'm making homemade adobo, and we threw a whole chicken in here, and yeah, a lot of that's from traveling, and a lot of it's just from me being a weirdo oversharing with the world.
So I do have a question from way back in the day for you.
Oh no!
Yeah. This is a good one. This is not a crit one. This is just a regular question. So, in, I think, 2017, 2018, you were going around talking about being a game designer, game creator, writer, depending on where you are and what you were doing. And you have a dope-ass library out by where you live.
Yes. And
you did a talk or a seminar with a bunch of people about doing game design at a public fucking library.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes, I did.
Why? And what do you get out of that? Or what do they get out of it? Because, like, I don't go to libraries anymore. It's one of my fucking hot questions. Like, they're going to be dead soon, unfortunately.
I hope that is not the case, because I think libraries are an essential part of services for people at all walks of life. And so, like, they're places where people can go just be, even if they're not pulling a book or listening to media. There's a lot of things that I really, really like about libraries. I've been in countries where libraries feel like a second thought. And in America, you know, that's not always the case. Like there's some places where they are a second thought. In my local town, I feel like they put a little more emphasis on that. So for me, that just simply comes down to inspiring next generations. If I can tell people it's right here at your doorstep, it's available at the local game store, it's available at your local library, it's accessible, that it becomes less of this fanciful thing and it becomes a step a person can take to achieving their goals or dreams. And libraries are repositories of knowledge.
Yeah.
So anytime I can bring people to the, you know, to the trough, as it were, and say, hey, right there, that's where you start. And it is without me shaping the experience, just saying, here's all this lore. If you want to learn about electromagnet, you know, like
that,
you know,
that's aisle 5.
This or that, or you know, I didn't even know what I was going to say. I was just something electro. But if you want to learn about anything, libraries are the place to start. And if you can do that without it being behind a paywall, even better.
Would you say libraries, because this is my personal like experience, and dealing with my parents too, libraries carry a lot of content that doesn't exist right now because of people making Web 2.0 content, I'll say,
Fair
aren't
enough.
the ones that lived during the time frame that a lot of those books were written. There is a lot of shit in there that is not online.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually, I was reading an article and I don't remember it was, if it was Vice or what. I honestly don't. It was a week or two ago, and they were talking about it was a computer science article about LMMs. And the problem.
Do you want to say what that is for people who don't know what an LLM is?
Large language models, which is the data sets that AI uses. So
the training wheels.
Yeah, the training data sets, and so because the available information in the public domain has almost entirely been kind of scraped, as it were, there's all this human knowledge that has yet to be accessed because it's not online. And so as we see books being brought online, like as we see, like, you know, that the transfer of information and knowledge from like its physical form to its digital form, I think we'll see that kind of slowing, but like standing, you know, kind of steadying out or leveling out, as it were. Not a data scientist, mind you. So maybe not the, you know.
No one's saying we're perfect right now. We're having a conversation. I think it's important. I will say, when I got to tour that library with you way back in the day, that place was dope. It had like a fucking podcasting place.
Yeah, they have a sound booth there for the
like,
community to learn to do streaming.
You just check it out, like how to do everything. Fucking wild. You could literally book it every week and fucking record something there. That was really cool. And it's high quality stuff. Like it was good stuff. Yeah, it's a full on sound booth. Wildly fun. I don't know how. I guess Kohler probably paid for it. So that's my guess.
I mean, I'm sure Kohler's, the taxes and the revenue from being in the area.
100%. 100%. So we're gonna go into our. We got one crit question left and one regular question left before we go into some dungeon crawling here.
Okay.
So I did the 2018 because I know that's a little far back. You don't have a lot of stuff pre 2017, 2016 that was like something I wanted to pull up. But I did find an image of me, you, Nick Mork, another one of my buddies, and Kelly playing Bloodlines and BLACKMAGIC, where I ran a fight in a sushi shop.
I remember that.
I found the fucking recording and I realized that I edited it and we've never put it back out again. It is on EFP over on Anchor, but during that was Pathfinder 1 that we hacked and we were building it up for that. You moved to a 5e model to make your own version, which is 07. How would you explain for the audience that Bloodlines and BLACKMAGIC using 07 is different than 5e? I have my own words when I reviewed and did a first look, but how do you pitch it? Like, what's the elevator pitch? Before I get off on floor 13, how the fuck do you sell me on it?
It is a storytelling focused variant of that uses the 5e engine, but is designed to be about connections and complexity and immersion with the world. And we achieve that through the attunement system, which is I feel like something the 5e tacks on and is just a huge missed opportunity for the entire engine, because you could fine tune the entire system, allow for like this depth of customization and personalization, like with each individual character through the attunement system. And they were just sitting on their thumbs going, hey, cool, we'll make some more magic items. And I'm not saying that happened. Like I've not ever been in that design studio space with them, so I have no idea. Like they could be biting at the bit trying to make those things, and corporate might have just slapped their hands and said, no, we just want to make magic cards or whatever. So like I'm not throwing shade here at the design team. Like that's not where I'm at. It's not my space. What saddens me is that you had a potential for a really complex system that was just it. And I mean, maybe we'll see it later on, but for me, attunement was that answer. I saw it as a problem. I was like, why can't I get a better story out of this, right? Like, why can't I get something from 5e that feels like I personalized it and doesn't feel like once I hit 3rd level and picked my subclass, or I picked my cleric domain, that I'm now locked into this stereotype for 20 levels. And I want to be able to pivot as I change. And there's some more design elements that come into like later tiers of play for Bloodlines that we've yet to really discuss and release. But that concept goes forward because it allows you to pivot at those different tiers as well. So if your vision for yourself as a character has changed later on as you're evolving and growing as a character, your class, your abilities, some of your like your focus, if you will, could pivot as well, and you might see some mechanical changes as a result.
Yeah, and the thing that I always remember when we were playing this was you deciding that there needed to be a system for what I mean, for me, like an Iron GM, but a system for random narrative, but that was also mechanical. You learned very early as a designer that mechanically, you have to reward the player for interacting with the narrative. So you made
absolutely
the Arcana cards, and that shit was way different than what I had seen.
Oh, dude. My character, my players love the Arcana. Like, if I don't use the Arcana, like if I'm just zoned out or like I'm setting up the scene and I forget, they're on me. They're like, yo, what's the Arcana for the scene? And I got one player that looks it up and another player that wants to draw them, another player that likes to shuffle. If I took anything away from board games and just playing with board games and tactile elements of gaming,
yes,
the more times people around that table can put their hands on a gaming element, whether it's a game piece, a card, whatever, it takes them off their phone. It brings them out of whatever headspace they're in and brings them into that table space. So like anytime you can include tactile elements, yeah, that's just a big thumbs up yes in my department. Obviously, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want so many piece parts that, you know, you're playing miniature shuffle or chess or whatever the case may be. But like,
too many trinkets on the table.
Yeah. I've seen that as well.
Shit.
Yeah, that's very confusing as well.
Did you you had original? It was a tarot deck, and you built your own, and you were using another gentleman's, and now you all are building another one.
So it's the same Arcana. We're redoing the trade dress so that the trade dress of the Arcana on the back and the face of the card matches the trade dress in the new revised book. So the goal is for 2026 is to relaunch, because we have a box set we've been trying to finish for years, right? Like this box set, like I want all the elements to match. So luckily in the last couple of months, I've had a lot more free time to work on stuff. So I've made a lot of progress, but there's a lot of other things happening in the background as well. So like I've got to like bounce between, getting those things done and trying to get as much of, my PDFs done. So yeah, we're not re-releasing the Arcana as a new deck. It's an adjustment to bring it in line with the rest of the trade dress.
Gotcha. So I'm going to take us to this vert cam here, and we're going to, we got a question from the audience. So Serving Hand for $5 asked, what was it like when you began delving into the gory horror aspect of Bloodlines? This game can be run so many ways. It's great to see such range. I will say I run this gory as shit, so.
I tend to run this more psychological. I'm a big fan of like Cronenberg and Lynch and some of those directors. So there's a lot of there's a lot of weird stuff that I've put in that's almost more like could almost feel like more psych horror than gore horror, because I'm not really a body horror person per se, but I can promise you when those body horror elements come up, because I use them so rarely, that it often catches people off guard, and they're like, wait, what just happened? Like like, huh? And it comes down to, like, again, consent at the table, because you have to be careful of how gory you want to get with characters, and you want their buy-in ahead of time, especially with horror, because you start pulling shoulders and fingers, teeth and eyeballs, and
I don't know, man.
essentials.
I feel like psychological damage is worse now than it is doing body horror. I think people beg for body horror and less mind fucks, because
I mean, like, but that's the thing. Like, my experience is also curated by the group that I work with directly.
Right,
so,
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
So as soon as I'm interested to see how Legacy of Nightmares goes, like, which is what we're playing through right now, and it's got a lot of fucking weird shit in it.
Oh no shit!
And I can't wait to bring it to a different group and run it. So.
Do you so I do have something. Good question, Serving Hands. Thank you for that. I do have one for you. I need to take us to the map page for this. So I found out, I was looking through your Pinterest, and you and I have a obsessive amount of masks saved. We have so many goddamn masks. Like, bro, what is our problem?
New Orleans is my problem. New
Orleans caused the mask love?
No. Ironically, no. Yes and no. So celebratory culture in general, like carnival and masks, go hand in hand. And the idea of masks in terms of persona and personality, when I think of masks as, you know, and the relationship to art, I think of tragedy and comedy. I literally think of the two masks for the Greek model for and I'm also watching the chat. But yeah, like, those masks are, to me, personas or personalities or presentations of an approach to a situation. So if you're sad about life, then you're wearing the big sad mask. If you're really overwhelmed with, you know, an emotion about a thing, you're happy, you might have a happy mask. And that's not to suggest people are disingenuous or that everyone's wearing these fake masks, but in art, they're a good indicator, because they give us a concrete example of that thing, in the same way that, like, a character archetype does. Right. It gives us a model by which to try to contextualize and understand that thing that we're going into. So for me, yes, ritual masks, ceremonial masks, things that represent the approach to or the apprehension of power, or simply identifying an element that is relevant to our lives. So whether that's the things we're scared of, the things that we're enamored by, masks play a huge role. For me, they've always been, like, my old place in New Orleans had masks decorating, you know, all the walls, because it was just a thing. I'm not as focused on that as much now, but yeah, masks are a thing.
Do you also anonymity. When actors are wearing them, they always say they're able to do more than they were before because of the anonymity involved. Yeah. Do you find that it cons when people are wearing a mask at the table that are a better player? Because I have.
You know what? I don't know. I can't say. I think the more that my experience has been, the more that people play to the character, you know, I see this mostly with a lot of cosplayers. Not that I know a ton of them, but I've noticed that level of immersion, when you can really get into what a character might be, the more people can adopt, the easier it is for them to cement that persona in their mind, and then make decisions based on that persona's needs.
Oh, okay.
Because there's so many times I feel like we make table decisions as characters based on player knowledge, and I really, really love when a player can step outside and say, I, as the player, knows it would be optimal to do A.
Yeah.
But my character doesn't know this, and I'm going to play to this persona, and the agenda they've developed around that persona, and then they play to that mask, and you reward that sometimes. Sometimes it ends poorly for them because it's a horrible mask, maybe. But when you can get people to immerse and really just play to the character, I feel like the experience is just a lot better.
I own a ton of masks. Do you own a bunch?
I have a handful of masks. I think I have 3 that I kind of keep around that are just like memorable. Yeah, or I can talk.
Memorable?
Memorable. Thank you.
I'm with you. I'm with you. So we got one more crit question for you to possibly earn another crit, and plus the audience wants us to get one for the baddies before we move into the adventure section with the Headless Knight.
Sure.
So, have you ever killed a PC at the table just to get the fucking player out of your game? You have to put a name if you do this. You can't just be like, yes, I have. Otherwise, you can say no.
Yes, I have. Actually, I'm gonna go with it was a sad moment that we had to come to this, and I can't fully take credit for the kill because it was one of my other players that did it, but it was absolutely a point where the group, when I was in Kuwait, we had a player that just no longer could really, because of the rogue ranger model and their alliances with some of the less popular families, the Scarabays and Rune, for instance, because of their spy work. When the players found out, they were like, this bitch has got to go. And they no longer trusted the player either. So, like, there was a moment, like, where we had a character that one of my dear friends was like, nope, I'm going to kill this bitch. And, like, went in, and it was... They absolutely did that, and the character and the player did leave. Now we're all friends still, as a result, thankfully. Like, it wasn't.
Are you?
Like, I mean, we're not best friends or anything, but I mean, like, we all still speak, so it's not like
we're
it's
talking
not like
terms.
this player ran off, stormed off, or anything like that. But at the time, it was heated. I'll be honest. We're dealing with a similar situation in the current game. And
I picked this for a reason.
Oh, I know. And so, like, because we just had a player death at my current table as well. And
was it on purpose?
The player who got the other player killed says it wasn't on purpose, but they knew better. They knew what they were doing was wrong, and they were like, "I'm gonna do it anyway." They had their Scooby-Doo moment. It was FAFO, and as soon as they did, the monsters were like, "Oh, you want to fuck around?" And they went right after. And I mean, as they would, because you can only fling so many boogers at a monster before it goes, oh, all right, bitch, I got you.
Right.
And that's what happened.
Right.
So,
yeah, that is how that goes. All right.
So
you got another one. I'll give you a second crit. You're going to need it. You're kind of fucked right now.
Yeah, I thank you, old team, Shadowdark sci-fi people I don't know.
I know. They fucked you over.
Yes.
So, audience, I'm going to show you what Jay can see as we go into our couple rooms here and see how far he can make it. And then, of course, we'll be doing another Headless Night next week to build up more of this, because we're at the point to where we need more of our stuff done. If those who don't know, we do Headless Nights, and you use Stream Loot cards to build it. They're not on tonight. We pre-build this. We don't have time to do that during the show. I have the printout here. I have the rooms that we're in. I have the area that we're in. The knights are all here. Everything that we need is here. Last time we played, this shit went sideways fast. So let me show you the map, everybody, so you know where the fuck we're at and the murder that is about to happen. Murder. Jay is stuck here as the Headless Knight. He has the character sheet. He has put in 3 copies of Bloodlines and BLACKMAGIC PDF that we're going to be putting out as treasury items. And within that, he has gotten a couple of items. He has gotten the Boogeyman mask, Boggle Man mask. It's the Boogeyman mask. A 2-ended key. That sounds like a sex toy. And a bone flute. That also sounds like a sex toy. You know, I didn't plan this. Those were the random rolls, everybody. Those were the random rolls, okay? Okay? Fucking not my fault, guys. Not my fault. So, I have up on the screen the cheat sheet for Acrobat in case we need it for anything, right? Because sometimes we gotta look at stuff here. It's not always prevalent, but it does happen. It does happen. We do need it. It is what it is. I'm going to turn it off for now. It's mostly for me. On the screen, this is the room we left off in. Jay, who's looking at the screen, will be able to see some stuff. But I am going to quickly turn off our vision here so that we can get rid of the fog. We have come from here all the way through. By the way, all these monsters are reset because it's a new show. Through here and into here. And this is where we're at right now. This room. That's the room we're in. I'm going to turn this back on.
Cat for this adventure.
You're going to need emotional support animals for this shit, Jay.
Probably.
So, I want to give a description for this room for you, give you where we are and what's going on. The creature in this room is a spectral stalker. Its difficulty is a 12. It is currently over top of your dead body, getting ready to envelop it and be reborn. This creature is horrifying. It is made by a group of people. I feel bad that you even have to deal with this thing. They put so many fucking cards into this creature. It's got hit points 15. Its morale's 12. Good luck scaring it. It has armor of D6 unless you have magic. It can get downgraded to a D4 if you have magic. This thing looks like a ball of rolling fish guts held together with net and fish hooks. It's currently hunting in the area, and this thing can move 2 rooms.
Okay.
This was made by Serving Hands and 14 other cards. I'm so sorry. I expect this to be a death point. This is not a boss, though, so it starts with you standing over your corpse. Underneath you, you can move any miniature. If you grab the hand in the upper right-hand corner, that allows you to move this stuff. This is your soul stone, which I'll put here at the beginning of this room. You can put it anywhere you want after you get back in your body.
I gotta see it, so.
And you are here. I'm circling it in orange.
I guess I'm not seeing it. Hold on, I'm looking to see if I have it. Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Right here.
Yep, no, I see it.
All right. What would you like to do? Morkborg is a pretty easy rule set.
So is there any way I can jump into my body by bypassing it? Can I just rush my body? And
you can absolutely make an agility roll or a presence roll if you want to try to scare it. Because of what this thing is, its difficulty goes up by 2. That means you need a 14 on a D20 or higher in agility roll, and you have no goddamn bonuses.
Sweet. So I'm gonna roll this and hope for the best. I don't have a lot of we'll see. And I rolled a fucking 4 on the die, so I did not get anywhere near that 14. So with a +0 modifier, I imagine I rush over to this thing and it just meets me with a fuck you.
Fuck you. That's right. With a fuck you. As it's over your body, the net starts to envelop the stone and bone that makes the headless knight. It grabs the silver crucifix that's there, picks it up with telekinesis, and tosses it into the water.
Oh, that's my okay.
That's because I would take damage from that, and that is bullshit. Your turn.
I guess I go grab the crucifix.
You want to fly with your body? We are currently on turn 2. At 4, I take your body.
I'm gonna try to push into the body again.
Would you like to use agility or presence, or do you want to try to forcefully push this spirit with your strength?
You know what? I'm gonna push it back with my strength. We'll do that.
All right, it's a 14 still because you are not magical. You are an ectoplasm.
Nat 20.
God
Nat
damn
20.
It.
Nat 20. I'm fucking taking it right there. Nat 20 on that.
You guys can't see me. I'm turning the map off. This bullshit. So as you shove this thing away, throwing it across, it hits against the other side of the river. I will get up with my action and move back, but I am not able to attack this round. That means that I only have 1 round left to get, or sorry, 2 rounds left to get your body. It's your turn. Would you like to get into your body?
Yes, I'm jumping in my body and whipping this motherfucker.
All right, buddy, we go into the fun part of this. You get a whole whopping 1 fucking question.
Okay.
Because you're only 1 room away. Do you like your drink neater on the rocks?
It depends on the drink, but I'm generally an on the rocks person.
That is the correct fucking answer.
Yeah.
You come back with 1 hit point.
Okay, nice. I'll take it.
With that said, how many rooms away from you would you like to move your soul stone? I will give it a light so you can move it as well.
Move it to is that this? Yeah, I would probably move.
That's not you. That's you. This is the soul stone.
Oh, my bad. I would probably move it down.
Drag it around, man. You can move it.
I am going to move it to over here. That's.
Oh, you want to know what's in that room as you set your soul stone? That's only 2 rooms.
Yeah.
You'll get 2 questions. Do you want to go further away?
Sure. I'll do 2 questions.
2 questions. Okay, so that's where it'll be from if you die again, which with 1 hit point, that's gonna fucking happen. So that room is the Mangled Man. He is covered in fish scales and a hodgepodge of armor stitched together with fishing line. Their body is covered in fish hooks and wet guts. The door on the east side of that room is putrid. You can smell it from the fucking soul stone. Nailed to the door is nothing but fish heads from descaling, along with fisherman heads for those who have fallen down here into the fish gut room. That was your action to get back into your body. It's my action to go. I am going to move across and try to attack you. As it comes across and takes a swing, I need you to give me your agility roll against difficulty 12.
That is a 1 on the die.
Well, I like making you roll damage to yourself, but since you only have 1, I don't think you need to.
I mean...
All right, you died. We're going to go back to the vert questions here. Look, buddy, you kind of fucked up. You died. True or false? Is D&D overrated?
True.
That is correct. That is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Your second question, the only answer is that answer, to be honest with you. Like if you think anything else is the correct answer, you fucked up. Okay? All right, so our next one. Kale or spinach?
Spinach.
God damn it, Jay. Correct answer. Kale is garbage. Kale should never be in anything. Nobody fucking wants it. I wouldn't wipe the rims on my car with it. And if you're in chat and you love kale, up in the upper right-hand corner, there's an X. You can click that.
Just take your kale. Take your kale. And your cinnamon and your bullshit. And
Get the fuck out of here.
Your patchouli. Your patchouli.
Oh, God. I need a patchouli question. I fucking hate that smell. Anyway, so far, you died. You got 2 questions. That means you move from there. You're back in the room. It is still there. You haven't defeated it yet. Now this stream is bubbling up, this crook that goes through in between. There are mushrooms all over this room. Now that you're in your body and you can see the spectral stalker has already swiped at you once and killed you. You've marched back to your body. And in the water, you can see a bunch of crabs stirring about as it pulls this net that is like attached to its lower half on the bottom. This wave of crabs come up and out and start to swarm over you in the room. You shouldn't be scared because you're made of stone and bone until the first one takes a chip out of your stone armor. Maybe. Can I please get you to give me an armor roll against damage 3?
All right, so that's a D4.
Yep, and you came back with 2 hit points.
3 on the die.
No damage. It is your turn. Good sir. What would you like to do?
I would like to take this whip that I had in hand, I guess this blighted bone whip that I was using before, and I am going to let this mangled motherfucker know what up and see if I can't get another crit. But I cannot. I rolled a whopping 2, which is a total of 4, so I whipped...
Sir, would you like to use one of your 2 crits?
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, let's use a crit. Let's see if we can... and
that is a crit. Please roll your damage twice for your whip.
And that would be, it looks Blighted Bone Whip, crit 18, agility test neg 4. What is the, oh, D8.
D8 damage. So you roll it twice. You don't do anything but that and add it together. Can you give me enough damage to successfully get out as you dig through your dice like an unprepared gamer?
6 points.
6
1 and
points.
5.
Cool.
My dice love me.
My turn. The crabs come out and this comes out. I need you to give me 2 agility rolls. One is a defense 12 versus the spectral stalker. The other one is a defense 10, okay? No damage from the spectral stalker.
12.
No damage. Goes back to you. What would you like to do? Running is an option.
Yeah, I am going to sprint past it, and I'm going to go back for that silver crucifix.
You're going to go into the water?
Yeah, I'm going to rush past it, dive in, and go right after that crucifix.
As you dive in to get the crucifix, I need you to give me a presence roll. The difficulty is 10 to find anything in this murky water.
14 on the die.
You pull the crucifix out. As soon as you do, this thing, boom, back into the wall. You can see its face peering through, but it does not want to be near the silver. That doesn't get rid of your crabs, just like real life.
Does that happen in real life? I don't.
Silver got rid of crabs?
Long
Could
John
you
Silver's
imagine?
is fucked up. When I walk up, I got this crucifix. And everybody's like, no.
Silver,
No, I do
the
push
real
it against
crab
the
killer.
wall. Yeah.
Would you like to fight the crabs, or are you going to try to get out of this room? It is your
No, I'm going to
turn.
move out of this room. I'm trying to get some hit points so this guy can get his head back.
Well, you
Like,
can't
there's
get
an
any
issue
hit
here.
points until you either rest or die again.
Well, let's try to find a place to rest. So, if we've
So you
got
can
that
go this way,
Yeah, that's
or
what
you
I'm
can
doing.
go back to where the big guy is.
I'm going to go this way.
Okay, as you start crawling through this area, let me pull the map up for the audience to see. You get to here. This is a windy, thin, murky, wet hall. There is fish guts and slime. When you look up, you get peaks of light through small cracks in the wharf above. You're guessing you are down quite some layers because the pin light is very, very minor. It is dark through here, but you don't have a head. So seeing is more like feeling for you right now. The smell of salt would be eminent if you had a head to carry right now, but you don't. Would you like to continue moving forward?
Yeah, let's keep going and see where this takes us. So, I guess I'm moving.
You can pause yourself right there. Oh,
Yeah.
audience. Oh, audience. I hope you remember this. This art disappeared on us. It was mad that I had it in here. It is now gone, but don't worry. I remember what it is. There is a vertical surface that is very, very, very jagged, covered in almost like salted spines. You can see that it goes up to another area with water running down into the void. You could climb your way out of here. You can also see the backside of the door that you're guessing leads into where your soul stone is. The only way from here is up through the cavity. This area has been made by Serving Hands and Kyle 49, which I believe 2 of them are present tonight. Can I please get you to tell me how you want to get yourself out of here as I move the spectral stalker, because it goes 2 rooms. What would you like to do? You climbing?
I think he's gonna just try to climb out. I think this dude can't see, he doesn't know any better, and he's like, "Yep, let's get the fuck out of here and find my head."
In the back of the light, you can see the spectral stalker coming after you. You can also see the crabs making their way after you as well, as they both have 2-room movement. If you're gonna run and climb, the climb section is over here.
So I'm gonna, I will do that. I'm gonna head over and.
And it teleports you. This is a difficulty strength roll of 12 to climb your way out.
Okay.
On failure, you're going to take damage from the salted spikes. It takes 2 climb checks in total to get to the top.
Cool. And I need you said a 10 or higher or 12 or higher?
12 or higher.
So I have a +2, so I'm looking for a 10 on the die. First one is a 17.
Okay, you get one of your checks.
Second one is on the floor. We're not counting it.
He's just
it was a 17.
Shit.
Second one is a 2.
A 2. So you take a total of 4 points of damage. Can you take an armor roll, please?
I can. That looks like 3 again, so I'm taking 1 point.
So you got 1 point left. Can I please have another climb check from you? Oh, you're at 0?
At 0 hit points, I only had 1.
No, you got 2 back from the 2 questions. You have 1 left.
Oh, you know what? So I have 2. My bad.
So now you're down to 1? So now you get a... I mean, look, everybody, we could lie and just kill him right now. Do we just...
Oh, god damn it. 6 on the next die.
You got a what?
6 for a total of 8.
6? Then it's another d4 of damage? Sir, that is another 3 points of damage.
So I'm taking 1 more, and do I roll again?
No, you fall and die, and you go back to your soul stone and have to walk back. Look, everybody, let's count the rooms together now, shall we? The door is in the way. 1, 2, 3. Jay gets 4 questions to try to get 4 hit points back here. What could go wrong? I feel like we need the right music for this. We can't be playing this. We gotta get the corpse talk vibe for this, because this gets into the fun questions. You did kale or spinach. You already answered that. You answered correctly. Do you want a party, or do you just want a regular old funeral?
Oh man, party for sure. Like, God, I don't need a
damn it,
I don't
Jay.
need a normal funeral.
I feel like you know me too well. That's 1 hit point. Second question. True or false? Are dragons themselves overrated?
Yes.
Man, fuck, Jay, that's another hit point for you. You've gotten all of these right. You were the first so far.
I mean, they are overrated. Like...
Now, this is the best one for your third question. What is the best undead?
Ooh, that's a good question.
The best undead. It has to be the same as me or you don't get it.
I'm going to go with a wraith.
A wraith.
Probably not your answer, but I like undead that possess people or that can't easily be, sorted out. So any kind of spirit that would possess somebody and make shit worse, that's what I'm going with.
Now, I almost said Draco Lich just to fuck with the other question, but I didn't do that. But that is not my favorite, and it's also not a lich, because everyone thinks it's a lich every time. No. There's only one true undead. It's a demi-lich, goddammit. It's the best version of an undead. It's the most powerful version. How do you not know that?
I mean, I know that, but like we're talking about personal preference on this one.
I didn't say what's your personal favorite undead.
No, I
said what's the best
undead.
It's okay. You get one more question. You get one more. Yeah. What is the best fucking writing tool?
Ooh, I know you, and I know you like certain fucking. I'm a big fan of Rocketbook, actually. Now, thanks to you, it's not the best writing tool,
no.
And I'm tempted to say Scrivener because I know that's another one that you absolutely love, and that's a tactical answer. But like for me, man, and it's not for me. Obviously, we're looking for. I'm gonna have to go with Rocketbook.
No, it's a goddamn fountain pen. How do you not know this? A fountain pen. You always have ink. It never runs out on you. It writes smooth every time. It literally tailors to the way you write if you're left or right-handed. No, and I don't use Scrivener anymore. I had a crash and lost all my data. Fuck you, Scrivener. Well, that means you get 2 hit points at the bottom. You come back at the bottom of this pit. Good sir, can I please, we have 2 rounds left. Can I please get you your climb checks to see if you can get your ass up here and not die?
These fucking dice. I cut my hand trying to grab the ridge with a 3. Like, the first one is like, I can't even get on the wall. Apparently.
Did you die? Did you die again?
I just got 3s. So
I did 4 damage. Can you please absorb your damage with your armor? With your 2 hit points.
I rolled a 1.
Well, good sir, you die again.
Yes,
you fall all the way back to your soul stone. This is we got 3 kills, right? 3? 4 kills.
Damn you, chat! Damn you, chat!
All right, for 4 kills, we're gonna take you. I don't even know why I leave this goddamn area. We should have just stayed here. We should have stayed here. Look, we're gonna give you One more chance here, good sir. What sea animal would you be?
What sea animal would I be? The way I've been feeling lately, probably a whale. It's for the song and the toxic ocean.
I just want to tell you, I put otter for you.
Is that a freshwater animal?
Sea
though?
otters are a thing.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. An otter.
I put otter for you, and unfortunately, you answered wrong. Next question. True or false? Is time travel real?
Ooh, the more and more I look at it, the more I'm like, it might be. I'm going to go with possibly yes. And
Correct answer. Correct answer.
Yeah.
I think there's a good chance. I think there's, or people were using AI before we knew what AI was, and they're getting really good at fucking putting stuff out. But there's a good chance. I mean, look, you got to believe everything's possible, or you'll never try to make it.
Well, I mean, superpositions between disconnected things.
I know Nessie's not here in chat, but coffee or tea? I know you were in the Middle East for a while, so...
Coffee. I do like tea, don't get me wrong. I'll go hard on some good chai, but I'm a coffee person.
No, coffee's the right answer. Tea is garbage. Tea is what people pretend has flavor. So, true or...
2 hit points.
True, you got one more. True or false?
Oh.
Books to movies are great.
So... That used to be my yes default, but there are absolutely cases where that is not true. So I don't think books to movie are always great.
It doesn't say always. It just says books to movies are great.
No, I have to go with no.
Incorrect. It's true. Every writer wants to make a goddamn movie. You should be happy for those motherfuckers.
I am.
Can you not
I
be
personally
happy?
am. I am. I would love more. I'd like books to be more movies. I just don't. For me, I don't think that's always true.
Nope.
I've seen some movies where I'm like,
Yeah, they're garbage. There are bad ones. I didn't. It's good though. You got to be happy for them. We're back to here. This is your last chance to climb up this and put the next group in a better position than you were left in. For fuck's sake, my friend.
I am pulling out new dice for this bullshit because this is that purple crap die is crapping on me.
I already put you up in the next area, but I feel like, your failure. I'm just going to move your ass back downstairs.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like you deserve to be up here right now.
I deserve to be in the bottom.
You're in the bottom. Please, sir, please, sir, roll again.
20. 20 on the first one. Which means I'm going to get to the top and fall at the rate I'm going.
Second one.
6. 8 total. 1 point of damage. That's all you're dealing.
I rolled 2. Don't roll a 1.
I rolled a 2.
We're good. Make another roll.
These dice so hard. I got a 2. I can't get out of this bullshit.
4 damage.
4.
Make another roll. Come on, man. Come on. You can get this. It's a 12. You can climb that hill.
20.
All right.
220.
Critically climb up into the next
God.
area. You put these people into the second level, which we have started designing. We have started designing it, but we're gonna end it.
Sweat just pouring off my chest because I've got no head. This is the no head sweat day.
As you get up to the top of this little hole, the smell of salt is there. If you had a head, but on the ground there are 3 bodies. 3 bodies. You get to choose between the descriptions for what head you would like to leave for the next person. The first one looks like a feminine form. Its head is already halfway cut off. She is holding the short sword in which she is trying to cut her head off. The second one is a man with no face, just muscle and meat left behind.
Okay.
The third one is a bag where you can see a single eye peeking out.
That's kind of that's giving Scarecrow big, and I want that, but I think I'm gonna actually go with the fleshless face because just for the WTF when somebody gets their
Yup.
Hellraiser moment,
Yup.
because they're gonna look at this and go, "I have such skin to no, they're not gonna."
Oh,
say
I
that,
am.
but
I
yes.
am.
I'm going with the
absolutely-
Hellraiser on this one.
All
Yes,
right,
let's go number two.
audiences, should it be a Hellraiser face? Is this a Cenobite face? Are we going Cenobite for this when we do our design
I
work?
feel like Cenobite should be the route you go on
I
this.
feel like we have to.
Yeah.
So,
No eyelids, just staring straight ahead, abstract horror all day long.
all day long. So I'm going to take us over to here. We are going to put up our treasury. We have given the fleshless face. I'm writing Cenobite down. I really hope that it's one of the people from Arcane Library for our next interview, because that would be fire if they had a. Well, you are currently sawing the rest of a head off of a man
Who has no
who has no
flesh.
fucking flesh on his face. With that, we have hit the end of this show. We're gonna do a treasury rolls. You died 4 times. 4 times. So we're gonna do 4 polls from here tonight. So let me get our treasury up. Jay, would you like to give a spiel right now about what Bloodlines and Black Magic is about, where people are gonna get it, what's going on, while I set up our treasury roll for the evening?
Sure. Well, everybody, you can. We're in the currently we have Bloodlines and Black Magic over at Drive-Thru. If you hadn't gathered already, Bloodlines and Black Magic is my modern 5e kind of infused but modified 07 role-playing game. Basically, it's an opportunity for you to take 7 low levels of play and stretch them out to something that's truly memorable. It's a modern occult supernatural themed game with horror elements, although we do lean into the supernatural more than we do the horror. We leave that for GMs to decide because all groups are different. But yeah, it's up on Drive-Thru. You can also find the older copy at our website, but we're going to have that all set up for this weekend as well. So if you go up there to the storefront over at stormbodystudios.com, it'll be there this weekend. So yeah.
Well, Jay, I am worried to see how this goes for you, good sir. I have a feeling this is going to be bad. Because the way this random thing works, let me pull up our map. I think, if we're lucky right now, let me see if we can get it to work. The first 2 are creature kills, and the second 2 are technically trap kills. Because you fell down the fucking mountainside.
Yep, twice.
So it feels apropos to roll on both of these. I'm going to get us our information, and I already have the roll set up. I'm just going to put it on screen for us. Jay, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope this was fun. I like to give a different game every time. Yep. There is one final question that came in a private message from Discord. Do you have a question you have been asked before that you wish you were asked in every show, every interview? I know it's hard. I got asked this question before, and I use it every show.
That's I don't know who asked that, but that's an excellent question. I think the question, I kind of wish more people just asked creators why.
Why they do it?
Yeah.
Why do you do it, Jay?
I mean, I know why. I do it because it is my mark on the world, and because I am creating an opportunity for somebody else that had maybe a similar experience or similar needs or similar influences or drives to know that your creativity, your drive, like it is something you can accomplish. Like you don't just dream about things, you make shit happen. And like I've seen other creatives do this. I have a wonderful creative that I was working with at my previous job who did 3 novels with this, and I've seen other creators do it as well. So like when people really grasp that dream and they hold tight to it and make it happen, that's why you do it.
I mean, that's an excellent answer. It's better than what we've gotten on a lot of other ones. I feel like people are afraid to answer because they're afraid that people are going to answer or ask it every fucking time. Yeah. That is going to be the question every time you go out now.
Yeah.
Every time. All right, well, I have this up in the background. Let's get our rolls here together. We have a lot that's open. I'm gonna put our treasury up on screen right now so people can see. He has put in a bunch of bloodlines and black magic that are gonna give us the ability for people to get a hold of PDF. We already have one person that did it. 1, 2, 3, 4 deaths, Jay. You died 4 times tonight. 4 times. That means we get 4 rolls in here, and hopefully, we get some people some winner's circle lovely stuff. In these prize pools, just so people know what's available, we have all the bloodlines and black magic that is still available. We have all the dark space stuff that is in here as well. Some things have disappeared, but don't worry, Cypher System has left a ton of stuff here for you all. We still have some Shadowdark stuff left in the pool as well. And then, of course, we have all the stuff from Danny from Delving Wood. If you're looking for terrain at home, we have our lovely sponsor of Alchemy that put in a bunch of stuff, including Mork Borg for the Alchemy VTT. Vaskrim, which I know we have already given away one of these things. I believe Kyle won the astronaut one here in the chat. But I'm excited to see who else wins something out of here that isn't, maybe you don't have at home. The way I do this is we're going to do the rolls, and then I'm going to contact you for the prize support that's left, and I'll let you pick the item that you want. Because it makes more sense for us to give you something that you fucking need versus something that you don't give a flying shit about. Nobody wants you to be unexcited about. No one wants socks at the age of 12. Okay? No one wants that. No one wants that shit. So, with that, Jay, do you got any final questions you want to ask or anything you need? Anything you want to ask me before we go? I always like to give the option.
I'm saving all the juicy stuff for after hours. Like, that's really where we need to be talking about that stuff. Like, let's get people over in the after hours lounge so we can tip back, have a drink, and
we can make that happen for sure. Yep. Do you are you ready for that? Well, the after hours is just going to be us recording. No one's going to be there for that.
Oh, all right. Oh, my bad. No, I can't. I don't have any additional questions that I can think of right now.
Done. I have our piece up here. I have it between us. I have currently the ones for the monster treasury. I'm going to move all of this stuff out of the way so you all can see it. And we'll just slide this aside. I rolled a D4. I got 3. I'm going to shuffle this 3 times to make sure it's supple. Lots of names in this treasury. Lots of names in this treasury. We're going to move this aside and hide it. I'm going to zoom this in for you all. Let's see if we can't make this a little bigger, because I know everybody wants to see what you can win. Because who wants to... Do you have a favorite prize you want out of this pool, Jay? Besides Bloodlines, you already own it, bitch.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Let's see what we get here. First roll for Monster Death for the Stalker. I think that it's... I'm going to guess Serving Hands. She seems to have a lot in here. I don't get to pick because it just rolls. Look at that. I was right. One serving hands. One serving hands. We're going to move that instance for you. Serving hands, you'll get to pick through those. I will PM you in Discord for what you would like, and then I'll contact the person. I deleted your name out of creature kills because you can't keep winning with the same one. I'm going to do the same thing again. I am going to shuffle 3 times to make it fair. This is Todd's influencing me on the shuffles. And we're going to go again for the second creature kill. What do we got here? What do we got here? We're going to have back-to-backs. Amalith. I'll contact you. We're going to have to do some special stuff for you because I believe you might be an Aussie. So we're going to have to figure out how they want to do that and what options we have to ship there. I believe all the Cypher System stuff has a hub in Australia. I tried to make some that were worldwide to make things easier. Amalith, let me take your name out of here. I will contact you as well. Congrats again to our second winner, but we're not done. We got 2 more because Jay doesn't know how to stay alive.
That's so true. I'm so good at dying.
Dude, you're really good at dying. You're really good at dying. So I'm going to wipe out the names that are in here, right? I'm going to pull this back out. I'm going to delete that Amalith one, and then we're going to go over to our traps. This is a much smaller list, everybody. Not a lot in this one. We're going to delete all these names. We're going to put in these. I'm going to shuffle it. I rolled for this already. We had 4. That's 4 shuffles, and we're going to roll for this. Let's see what we get. much smaller group. If you want to be able to take a part of these treasuries, it's very fucking simple. Show up on Headless Nights as we build. Star Drew serving hands. It's on the cusp. Star Drew, I'll be contacting you. I know you're a board game fan. There's a chance there might be a board game in here. I will remove your name and we'll do our last roll for the night. So I want to thank everybody for joining us for Corpse Talk tonight. Jay and I will be doing an after hours. Remember, if you want to start taking part of after hours, we have more of these Corpse Talk interviews coming up. All you got to do is subscribe. Be a member. Subscribe on YouTube, and we'll get you into the private chats. This one, though, will be coming out later this month. Jay, do you want to tell them what's going to be releasing and why we're going to be releasing this alongside? Are you allowed to say? It's your fucking company.
Well, so yeah, we're really pushing to make sure we get some adventure support out for this. It was one of the things that was the hardest thing for us to get done for the Pathfinder version. So we're really leaning into it. So Zach Bauer wrote a wonderful adventure episode he has been running at different conventions around the country. We've seen it at GaryCon a couple of times, called A Bad Night for a Hunt. Ooh. It is a pre-introductory episode for Bloodlines. We're going to be releasing that. We have a couple of PDFs that people over at my Patreon have already seen with wonderful new art for both the Graveyard Nymph and for the Scarecrow. We were shooting for Halloween releases, but we were working up to the wire on this. So we're going to shoot for Q1, but we might release some things early for people as well. So,
look, man, I don't know about you. There's a horror movie for every goddamn holiday. We got Thanksgiving. Yes. We got all the Krampus movies. There's a new Santa one coming out. Don't worry. We can kill during other ones.
Oh, there's definitely horror, supernatural. There's definitely Yule space. Yes. We can play in the Yule space.
Yeah, sure. I'm excited. I saw some of them already. I got a sneak peek. I'm a spoiled bitch. You all are not. You get to wait. Last roll.
You could come to the Patreon.
You could come to Patreon. I did put that in chat.
Absolutely.
So last one here, Serving Hands. Looks like she might be a double winner. It's close to Kyle's. Serving Hands, you get 2 wins. Thank you for supporting the channel. That's 2 for you, girl. You'll get to pick what you want. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, wave bye to Jay. Jay, wave bye to the audience. Stay in the wings here, buddy. We're going to be back. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us for Corpse Talk tonight. I hope you guys enjoy these interviews. We have a lot more coming up. I finally have the time. I'm not fucking slinging stuff to people. We'll be having, I believe, a few really special guests coming up alongside this, and I hope Jay set them up for something horrible. That's right. We didn't plan these 3 bodies on the ground. I fucking made those up on the fly. That's because we're going to make them traps. That's right. Those 3 bodies are going to be traps for the head for the next person, because fuck that next person. Our job is to kill them so that you can all win prizes, everybody. Win prizes is always the game plan here. I do want to say we got to at least give a thank you and a shout out to all of the Patreon members that do stuff here and make this stuff possible. So let's go over to the Patreon page to close out our show for our thank you and see if we can't cue up some music. Thank you so much to the people who are scrolling over on this side. I'll be updating this soon. If you are a fan of all the work that I do here from, I don't know, Magic and Monsters Marks of Men, who comes back on Monday. If you like the Mythic Bastionland stuff that we did. If you want to be a part of the Breacher's Living Wall, which is fucking live now. If you want to play games with me, you can go click that over in our Read Me section. But these motherfuckers here, these creeps, are the reason I get to do what I do. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. That is it for Corpse Talk. 4 deaths, 4 prizes, a lot of good questions, and hopefully Jay and I are still friends. Have a good night, everybody.
Bro, I'm assuming we're off the air.